Good day, everybody. I'm going to teach you how to do the maps. This is the second video, second lesson of the series of two lectures on how to do maps on Android. I'm going to just call it playing with maps, and I'll give it 19, 19, and 19. Now this is one thing, you can change this later on also. If you find difficulties, if everything, all the configuration is corrected, and you've got permissions also in the manifest file, and you have added a Google account on your Android phone, which is also connected to Wi-Fi or 3G to get you to connect you to internet and find your current location. And it is also, you've also turned on the location services, but still, if you cannot see your maps, you may also want to turn make a change from API 19, which is 4.4 KitKat, to Google's API 19. So otherwise, generally this works fine. So I'm going to just stick with this. No theme. Next, 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 and next, and let's create this activity. And okay, let me just close everything else. I may be needing to open one of these previous apps to copy and paste the permissions, but let's do that later on. Playing with maps is my application. I'm just gonna open the manifest file, the resources, layout, the activity, and the source code. These are the three files which I need to be making changes in. So first of all, let's go and design my interface. So I'll open my activity main, go to the interface, switch back to API level 19, select this, and I'm going to design my own interface. So I'll change this to linear layout, which is vertical. Okay, and inside this I'm going to add another layout which is horizontal. Inside this horizontal, I'm gonna add a text field to search for a certain address. This is what this exercise is about, to search for a certain address. Once you write the address, you need to click on a button to search that address. And then another layout, a horizontal layout, obviously just below the vertical layout, to have maps inside. So I'm gonna go to the maps. I need to open the maps, go to layout, and add a fragment. Map is a fragment, it's not a view. So we'll just telling you, so we'll revisit this in the code, but make sure you indicate map over here when you're adding a fragment. Yeah, map fragment. Okay, it should be inside the linear layout, make sure. Yeah, okay, and then just let's give it a name which we can remember what it is. I'm gonna give it map name. Yes, yes. Okay, button, let's change its text to search or find, whatever you find easier. btn search. Okay, edit text to txt search, and no text inside this because this is a text box. Okay, that's my interface. Let's just save this. Map fragment, we can expand this using mouse, may be easier, I believe. Okay, so that's my map one. I've got the interface. I'll see the map over here, and then I'll type a text, and then I'll search it. Basically that's what I need to do. When the map appears, even before I write some text to search, it should be showing me my current location. So for that I need to enable permissions in the manifest. So let's go and visit manifest now. I have finished with the activity designing, with interface designing. Let's go to the Android manifest. This is my manifest file. I need to add some permissions over here just before the application tag starts here, and some more tags over here, meta tags, just before the activity tags, the application tag finishes here. So let's go and copy and paste those tags over here. If I can open this, yeah, these meta tags, let's just copy and paste this. So this will be indicating that we are using Google API, Google Play Services version 2, and this should be my API key over here. This should be added just before the application tag finishes under here. Okay, now when I'm going to save this, I'm going to see some errors. I'll tell you what to do to solve these errors. Basically, we have not referenced the Google Play Services. We have to add it as a library in our project, and then those errors will go away, and this should be a string which I will get from Google. This is the metadata strings, and these are the permissions I need to be adding. So let's click on copy all of these, and then come here just before the application tag starts and copy and paste these. Okay, so these are the permissions I've given. Some argue that these permissions are, these ones which I've highlighted, are not necessary in the Google Maps version 2. So I have not tried it, but let's say even if they are true, there's no harm in pasting them over here. Let's go and see the problems. Android namespace prefixes. Okay, now this one is basically the API key which we will be getting. Let me just replace this with XXS. Okay, that's my metadata tag. Problems, open code. What do you mean open code? Okay, so when I copied and pasted, you see this is different from this double quote. So make sure that you don't have these problems because of different kind of double quotes used in PowerPoint and Android. So I just deleted and rewritten that. Now this Google Play Services asks me to right click my project, go to properties, and add the Google Play Services as a library. So I'm going to add it here, and the error will go away. Okay, so I've got my manifest set it up completely. Now there is one permission I believe is missing. Let me just open the other manifest and see if it's there. Okay, not this one. Locate us manifest. Locate me manifest. Okay, yes, this one. Uses feature, GLS feature. This is basically OpenGL. I'm just gonna copy here, and I'm gonna paste this here. Okay, and maybe also in the PowerPoint, so you can also refer to. But by the way, this is some I'm not sure if this is mandatory, but this is sometimes being complained for if the map is not working. Okay, let me just paste this over here if it's not already there. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so I'm gonna give this the same style. Right, okay, I save this, and let's go back to the code. So my manifest is ready. On my Java code, I need to create some spaces in the onCreate method. So let's go to the onCreate method, create the references of the widgets we have on the activity. I'm going to create this final edit text search. Text is find view by ID r.id dot. It has to be txt search, I believe, or search txt. It was txt search, I believe. Let's go there and check. There's an error coming up. Let's see what the name was. This one, txt search is the name. Okay, wait, what happened? Let's clean the project. Okay, here I need to refer to, let's see if I can do that. What's the problem? Find view by ID r.id.txt search. Yes, and I need to change this to a edit text. Final edit text. Search text is this, and it will give you an error I don't know what edit text is, just import it. Another error here, add cast. Yes, I needed to add cast. So now instead of writing this by hand, it's better to actually allow it to detect that error, and you select the solution. And then I need button search btn is equal to find view by id r dot id dot btn search. Okay, yes, please import Android widget button and cast it to button, meaning you create the reference to it and then change it to button, because it is this find view by ID is actually finding a lot of things: the text view, the edit text, the buttons, the list view, etc., etc. So you're telling it that what it is actually button when you're changing it. And then we need to now refer to the map component, the map fragment, as Google Map. So I'm going to have this Google Map, call it Google Map is equal to get fragment manager. That's how you refer to it. Dot find fragment by id r dot id. So it's not a view, basically it's a fragment. R dot id dot I believe it was map1. Okay, and now once you've done this, then you do dot get map, I believe. Okay, now so we need to cast it first to a map fragment. So let's cast all of this into a map fragment. Cast it to a map fragment. So basically there are many ways of doing this. This is one way. Import map fragment, import Google Map, and then dot should be get map r dot id dot 1, and then you change it to map. Yeah, that's what we're doing, and it's correct. I think I have to, yeah, there's one bracket I'm missing here. Dot get map, and now we have the map. Okay, now I need to enable once, let me just write this comment over here, declare variables to create references, and then I need to enable map to see current location, and then I need to basically create on click listener of the search button, and this is basically yeah, this is what I need to do also. And then after you do this, create on location change listener of the map. Once you find the current location, to find current location, once you find the current location, add marker of the current location to map. So basically this is what we need to do: enable map to see current location. Google Map, it's a very simple one line code. Dot set my location enabled, and you do true. So now this will be able to find your current location. There's one more thing which you need to do to specify what kind of map you're referring to, because the map is the view of the map will look like Google Earth or map or navigation, something like this. So there are a couple of choices we have here. Google Map dot set map type, and the types are Google Map. Let's see the choices. Dot map type hybrid, none, normal, satellite, terrain. Let's change this to normal, and then go down. On click listener. So I need to be creating my on click on location change listener, basically. So when the Google Map detects my location, it should be showing it on the map. So I'm going to do this here. Google Map dot set on my location change listener, new on my location change listener, add a semicolon here, as you know, and you need to be importing these classes. Okay, and here I need to do the magic. Basically, a couple of lines of code only. Create a point, basically the lat long point, lat, lng, latitude, longitude. This is my exact coordinates, 55 point something to 25 point something, etc. is equal to new lat long. And now what it does is, this is the, whenever the location has been detected, it will give you this point. So let me just give it a meaningful name. It is giving me arg0. I'll give it a name which is more meaningful. For example, LOC or point or whatever. This is LOC location, new lat long, location dot get latitude, and comma location dot get longitude. So that's how I get my location, and it's in the lat long class. So let's import this. Once you've done that, you've got the point. Now you need to show it on the map. So you animate the camera, animate the map to show your current location. So let's do that. Google map dot it's the three methods which you will see. Animate camera. Okay, let's look at this one. Basically you can select this one, any of these, and then provide the inputs. So what I'm gonna do now is camera.update factory is what I will come up with. Camera update factory. It's not giving me a camera update factory. Yeah. Dot new lat long, and now it will ask you the lat long point, basically which lat long points you need to be doing, and what is the zoom level. So you can select any of these basically. So this is going to navigate directly to that point, and this is going to navigate and also do what level of zoom in you need. So we'll set it to like 11 to 15 is something which is viewable easily. So I'm gonna give the point here, and zoom level is like maybe 11 or 12. Let's give it 12. Okay, you can give it from 1 to 15. 1 is the most zoomed out version. 15 is pretty much zoomed in. Okay, once you have done this, we need to add marker because the camera will be animating over here. So find out current location, and then show on map, and then this line is actually doing this, showing on map by animating the camera, and then create marker of current position. To do that, just create Google map dot get add marker, should be marker options object. So you can do like this, new marker options dot position, and inside this position you give the point which you just created, and its title you give as my current location or my location, whatever. So basically what it does is it needs new marker option. So what I'm doing is I've created a new marker option. It needs marker options object, but I created that and I gave its position to the current point which we just saw over here, and I'm also setting its title to my current location, so it shows this. Okay, once this is done, you may want to test this on the Android itself. So let's say you've done up till now. You may want to deploy on your machine, on your Android phone, and then check this. So the I add marker of the current location, this is also actually this has been taken care of over here. Create on click listener for the search button. Now for the search button, I am going to do this, search btn dot set on click listener, new on click listener, and just import these classes. and then what you need to do is read the text and change, save it in a string. Search string is equal to search txt or search text dot get text dot to string. Once you've got that, you need to use the geocoding API. Excuse me. So the geocoding API is coder is one class inside this. Geo is equal to new geocoder, and you may want to import this like this. Okay, if it's giving me error here, it needs context, so let's get application context. So I've got the geocoder class object with me. Now what you need to do is search address through it and then gets the result. Whatever the result is, move the camera over there. So basically get a list of addresses. This is what it does. List of addresses, and the way to do that would be result. Let's get the list of addresses in the result list, and geo dot get from location name, and I'm gonna say search string is the location string. Max results 1. I only need one result, and if it's giving you error, import the Java util, and address I also need this address, and this should be cannot confirm util. It should be Android location address, not intents address. I'm going to just undo that what I just did, and it should be Android location address, this one. Okay, right. Now I need to surround this with try catch. So what happens if this address is not there? So let's select this code and go to surround with and try catch. Try catch means if there's an error, what happens? So I'm going to catch that condition. Once that is done, I need to get the result. So I'll do this. Result list is equal to or address final address, which is the one which I need to navigate to, is equal to result list dot get 0. Okay, so I've got the first point, the first array index or first list index of the results, and by the way, it's the result. It gave me only one result, so I've got that into my result. So let's now get the longitude and latitudes from this result. So I'm going to get lat long from this result. Call it location is equal to result, or it has to be new lat lng, and result dot get latitude comma result dot get longitude. Location. This is resulted location is by adding Google Map dot add marker, and this should be again new marker options dot position should be this location which I just saw, and I'm also going to change its title to the searched string, whatever the search string was, which was this string, search string, so it shows that this is the one which you've searched for. And I'm going to animate my camera, animate camera. You can basically select anybody and give these arguments. Camera update factory dot new lat long zoom. Okay, and here I'm going to give this location or the address I found, location, and the zoom level is 15. Again, you can zoom in more if you like, and that should do it. So this should be my search. Now let's save this and right click, create a project, call it playing with maps, create. That's your project being created just now. And then you'll be directed towards the Google APIs. Make sure the Google API is switched on. For Android, Google API, Android API, yes, it should be switched on. And then you go to credentials, add a credentials, add an API key, Android key, playing with maps project key, give it any name, and now this should be the package which you just copied, and this should be your computer's fingerprint. Go to window, preferences, build, copy this SHA1 fingerprint and paste here. Once you do that, Android will give you an API key, Google will give you this key. Copy this and paste in the manifest of your project, and go to manifest and paste here under the API key tag. Okay, now make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi on your phone. Right click this, run as Android application. And maybe make sure it is connected. Okay, I've got this over here. I can see my location also, and if I search some location, for example Dubai, I can also do that. Search, yes, I can. Okay, excellent. Let me just create a video of this on my phone. I'm going to do that again. Right click, run as Android application. When I do that, this comes up. If I can show this to you over here, this is a map. It shows me my location, current location, which is HCT. There is no zoom in and zoom out buttons over here now. Let me just try if it works like this. Okay, yes, so this is my current location. It is showing me in Ras Al Khaimah. I'm going to search to, now you see what happens is I search something else, for example Abu Dhabi, and search, it navigates to Abu Dhabi, and I can see in Abu Dhabi, and then it navigates back to Ras Al Khaimah because there's on location change listener, so it detects my location. If I navigate to somewhere else, it comes back to my location and it shows it to me because I've programmed it that way. So if I want to change that, I just need to, whenever I click on search, I need to show that and remove the listener of the my location change listener. So that's one thing which we can do easily. If I can see this main activator Java search button. Okay, yeah, once you are starting to search, remove the listeners of the Google map. How you can do this? Google map dot set on click list on camera change, look on camera change, not on camera change, on location change listener. So I'm gonna give it null, basically nothing. So when I search for something else, you stop navigating back to my location because now I'm searching. So that's what happens. So let's right click and run this again. Right click, run as Android application, and it should come up over here. Let's see what happens. Okay, it is telling my location. Now let's, for example, MUSCAT, Muscat. Let's search Muscat. It navigates there now. and it remains there. Because when I click the search button, I say please do not go to my location anymore, remove the listeners of the on location change, so it does not show my location anymore. So basically that's how it is. What you need to do if you want to record all of my location